Hello, everybody. I told you I'd be back, and I told you I'd have my sister girl with me. So, here we are. Welcome to Barely Twisted, me, and Partly Bougie, her. So, we are here on having our lovely vacay in Lake Darbon in Louisiana, which is where she's from. Me's not so much. Her, Houma, Louisiana, born and raised.
Yes.
So tonight, we're going to have some vacay talk. How about that? Does that sound entertaining to you? Sounds entertaining to me. Because, yes, I've already been drinking. Just so you know, I just want to be upfront and transparent. I've been drinking. She has too. A little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Also, just so you know, I always try to be real with you people. This is real. This is real. It's the greasy lake life. Okay? This is no makeup, no brows, no lashes, nothing, honey. This is just me. The bare bones. Okay? Okay. So, we're here. We've been here for a few days, just kind of getting settled in and eating good food and drinking good drink, and that's what you do on a family vacation, right? Right? That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I would think so.
That's what we do.
That's what we've been doing.
Getting a whole lot of sun, probably way too much. Sun.
Way too much. My son, oh my God.
My daughter, burnt.
They a little crispy. We got crispy critters. A little crispy. But that's all right. That's all right. A little sunshine never hurt nobody. A little vitamin D makes the world go round.
That's right.
So, let me tell you a little bit about my sister girl. Okay? She be living in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. She's a little south of Nashville. That's why I like to go visit, because I like Broadway. We're going to get back to Broadway, hopefully soon. I've been planning a trip to Broadway to take this girl on a trip for her birthday. Now, her birthday was in March, okay? I've been trying, okay? I even had hotel reservations at one point. Didn't work out, but we're going to make it happen. Absolutely. We're just waiting on the other daughter because she got three. She got three girls. I got one boy. 4 was enough, right? I think 4 was enough for us.
4 was enough.
1 was probably too many for me. But I wasn't the one that was cut out to be a mom. She was. And that's why she got the 3 girls. Beautiful girls. Successful, independent, gorgeous girls. One very independent, 21 years old, absolutely stunningly gorgeous. Okay. On her own, doing great. She's got a second one in college, playing the basketball. She's doing great. And then we got the baby. You want to talk about Maisie? Or do you want to talk about her because she's sitting right there, just so you know. She's my Jamie tonight. Yeah, that's a shout out to Joe Rogan. I got a Jamie tonight. If there's any question about what we're talking about, whether it's fact or fiction, she's going to find out for us.
She's going to be she's going to be
She's going to find out. Because, again, we try to keep it real here. We try to keep facts, real shit. So, what have we done today?
She's got 1 more year.
Oh, yeah, she's senior. She's senior in high school.
Senior this year.
And now that school is out, that is official. You be officially a senior.
She's a senior.
How does it feel? Go ahead and talk.
Crazy.
Is it surreal yet?
Not yet.
It will be that first day of high school, first day of senior year. Do y'all remember your senior year? How were you? I know how I was. I know how she was. She's a year behind me. She's a youngin', okay? I'm an old lady. Clearly, I got the hair to prove it. But let me just tell you about our journey. Let's just go ahead and catch that up. So we've been friends since we were both 13. She moved here and we met in junior high school and just became fast friends. Had some difficulties over the years, as all girls do, because I mean, we're not spring chickens. So we've been at this a hot minute, being friends. It's 37 years.
Long time.
37 years is a long time to be friends with somebody and know them that well, okay? She has been with me through, well, everything. But some really great times and some really, 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 really shitty ones. So, other than my husband, I don't know that there's really anybody out there that knows me better, you know? So, and she's my spiritual piece. You know, she's my partly bougie, but she's also my spirit. She's my spirit. Because I don't have much of that. Remember when I told y'all a while back, a few episodes back, that my sister girl had been working for a long time trying to fix my humanity? Well, introducing Sister Girl. This is the one. She's been working hard. It's been difficult. I haven't made it easy. But when you get lost, you know, we talked about mental health a couple of episodes back. And I told you needed to find your people, find a friend, make a friend, that it's important. She's why. I'd have been gone a long time ago. Long time ago. About 21, 22 years ago, for sure. If it wasn't for her talking me down off of a ledge. Because I'd lost a child, and if you're a mom, or if you've had a miscarriage, it's devastating. I mean, it messes with your head. It was difficult for me to recover from, but I had her. I had people. And without people in your life and a support system, it gets very difficult because you're trying to dig yourself out of a hole. And if there's no light at the top of that hole or a face that's saying, come on, I got you, it's a very daunting task. So find you a sister girl. Just saying.
And for those people who don't have a sister girl, there's people that can help. There's
always a
there's
resource.
always a resource.
You got to find what your local resource is. But don't give up. You can't give up. That's coward.
Mm-hmm.
That's being a coward. And my mom and dad didn't raise a coward, for damn sure. So, well, let's get off that.
Yeah,
Let's go back to 13 years old. We meet. We make that journey. And boy, have we had some times. The boyfriends, the other friends, Can we talk about other friends? Those shit stirrers, the ones that wanted to get in between you and say, no, I can't be friends with you and her. I just one at a time. Just one at a time. We had one of those. No names. But, and we still love her to death. She is a wonderful person. She just didn't have the ability to have multiple best friends. Let's be clear about that. Is the bestie. She couldn't be besties with both of us. She could only be besties with one of us at a time. And it was difficult for me and Jen because, shit, I mean, we're friends with everybody. I'm friends with that chair right there. Y'all just don't know it. I know that chair, you know. I mean, we talked. So it's just, I don't understand why people want to be shit stirrers like that, but, you know, it happens. What do? You just deal. You move on. You learn it. Okay, I'm going to need Macy. Could you please tell me what the hell that is?
It's that pipe
It's that pipe.
drips. It's
Okay.
like flowing.
That scared me
now.
to death.
Okay.
I thought somebody,
I thought somebody
was
was peeing on
relieving
the
themselves right here on the bank.
I was like, there's no
Y'all.
way. I know people see us out here.
I was thinking somebody is having a really good time on vacation and just not see
Okay.
us sitting over here on this boat, and it's just
Okay, so we're doing this on a boat, like a pontoon boat. Okay, a party barge, because that's how we roll. And these lake houses, they're, lake house, lake house, lake house, lake house. And there's a drain from this house next door, and it just started. It's flowing, and that is not clean water. I just want you to know. Cause can you smell it? Well, it's getting a little waft. We're getting a waft. Did I told you we were in Louisiana, right? If you know, you know. Okay. That smells. Just so y'all know. This is so This would only happen to you and me.
Oh, I know.
You know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, if this was Joe Rogan trying to pull some smart ass shit, it would have gone just fine. But no. We try to do something and we're going to have a sewage spout go off. Good God.
Yeah, if it was Joe Rogan, it would actually be a dude.
Okay, that would make some more sense, instead of just 3 chicks on a boat and the pisser next door. That's just funny.
Emptying it out, yeah.
Okay.
But anyway.
Am I going to be able to recover from this?
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of feeling like
Deep breath.
We're good.
Mhm.
Everything's fine. Nobody's peeing right next to us. It's fine. It's all good. Okay. So, anywho, are any of y'all married? Just curious. How long you been married? How long you been married? How long have you been married? July 5th?
It'll be 9 years.
Seriously? Oh my God. I thought it was 8 years. No, that was last year. 9 years, guys. She's on 9. I'm on, this year will be 12. But she was married before me first time. She got married young. Real young. You were 25. Did you realize that? You're 25 years old first time you got married.
Was it 25?
You was 25. And hot. Oh my goodness. And I'm just going to be real honest with y'all. Because I don't know how to be any other way. Y'all know this. Her first husband is not worthy of this. I said it out loud. I said what I said. Loved him to death. Not saying he was a bad person at all.
But we're not going to talk about him anymore because he is no longer with us. So let's move on.
What? What are you saying right now? You saying Dusty is dead?
Yes.
We'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're back. Sorry about that. Just to recap, I was obviously informed, but and we're gonna get into this, but her first husband has passed, and I forgot, or that's a piece of me that's missing. We're going to get to that right now. So, let's talk about something that's really relevant in this country, and that is the lack of proper health care that we have in this country. It sucks. And you're looking at 2 women that can tell you all about it, from our own personal experiences to the experiences we've had trying to raise our kids, to husbands, and our parents, okay? Her parents are in their late 70s. My father is in his late 70s. My mother has already passed. But the reason that I had to click that off was because, I mean, we're close enough to, if something that significant, oh, and by the way, just so you know, if you see me slap myself, it's because we're outside and there's mosquitoes. There's skaters out here. But anyway, I, for no fault of my own, was prescribed an exorbitant amount of a drug called gabapentin. And one of the side effects of that is brain fog, terrible brain fog. I gotta take this out because I can't hear anything. Thank you, Jen. She's always got my back. Neurontin, gabapentin, causes brain froggies, brain froggies.
Speech impediments.
Speech impediments. Thank you, Jen, for pointing that out because that I mean,
Oh,
it's
I know.
it's
Speech
terrible.
aphasia, yes.
It's almost having like a Tourette's because but when I try to say something, my mouth just stops. It will not come out. So apparently, I have lost a lot of my memories. And now that I am not taking the amount of medicine that I was, things are coming clearer. Things are becoming clearer. And I'm remembering things. So when that just happened and she said that we weren't going to talk about him because he had passed, I just about lost my shit. Because that's a piece of her that was very important. That was her husband. And I just forgot. How does that even happen? Well, we're going to tell you how that happens. You get mixed up with a physician who does not care about you as a person. Because this woman sitting next to me, as beautiful as she is on the outside, on the inside, her spine looks like something that a 5-year-old drew on an Etch-a-Sketch. Y'all know what an Etch-a-Sketch is? It's the things that you shake and you have the little knobs on the front and you just twist them and it makes lines all over it. That's what her spine looks like. You want to tell them exactly what it is that's going on back there? Because I don't even know. It's just a hot mess.
Well, I have, of course, I was diagnosed with degenerative disc disease. So that means that all of my lower discs will eventually just wear out. The
Like crumbly?
They lose the water between the discs, so they're eventually just
Sitting on bone on bone.
right, sitting on top of each other. And I also have scoliosis.
Bad. Like
Right.
she's got an S curve in her back.
So it was either, it was diagnosed when I was early on when I was young, but back then, my parents at the time didn't have the money to go through all the.
Well, yeah, and back then the surgery to fix that
was
was
horrific.
devastating.
Right.
Like
They've
she'd
come
have been
a-
straight for the rest of her
Right.
life.
They've come a long way with that surgery. Of course, now it's a little bit more risky, but of course now all the doctors just want to do is give me gabapentin.
They just want to write her a
They
drug.
just want to write me drugs, and I'm not taking pain pills for that. So
Because, as a patient, you go in and you sit down with that doctor thinking that he's going to have, going to open dialogue, open the discussion to try and find out, environmentally, in your lifestyle, what's going on? How is this affecting your life? Let's get the right treatment. No, that is off the friggin' table. All they're going to do now is say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the pain? And how bad is your pain? On a good day, let's start with a good day.
me,
Yeah,
on a good day, I'm usually around a 7.
7. That's chronic. I say on a good day. That's chronic. Because when I say on a good day, that means it's all the time. It's a chronic pain that she has all the time. And on a good day, it's a 7. Can you imagine what bad days are? And ask her what she does for a living. Go on, tell them.
I'm a nanny.
She's a nanny to a toddler. Well, he's not a toddler anymore.
He's 6 now.
But she's been his nanny since he was, what, 16?
16 months old.
16 months old. She's been picking this baby up, taking care of him, kind of raising him, because she spends a lot of time with him. And she can't get help. She cannot get help. Not without being a multimillionaire and having to pay out of pocket and go to maybe another country to find the right doctor. I don't know.
Or not without being just taking all kind of pain pills.
Yeah.
And I'm
And
not
what kind of
doing
an
that.
existence? I mean, I'm sure, well, maybe not on this vlog, but maybe somebody out there is watching this and is feeling or experiencing the same narrative in their life where they have chronic pain. I suffer from chronic pain too. We've talked about it. But hers is, I mean, mine is neuropathy and fibromyalgia. She has fibromyalgia too. Okay, that's just icing on the cake. But to be subjected to what we're being subjected to in today's healthcare, greed, money. It's all about
Just
money. And I would love to be able to say that this is something that COVID brought on, but it's not. And do not let people make you think that, because it's not. COVID didn't bring this on. This has been going on for years.
For years.
Many
It's just,
years.
it has gotten worse.
Yeah. Well, everything's gotten worse
Right.
since the pandemic.
Right.
But the big pharma issue in this country, boy, it's bad.
Mhm.
And I'll tell you how we know that it's bad, because we know women just like us, good people, but they have addiction problems. They're highly functioning, but they have to pop pills every day of their life just to function, just to be able to get out of bed in the morning, to function, to be able to make a meal, help their children, just to function, because they can't get doctors to help them physically.
And not to mention trying to find someone to help your elderly parents that care, because all they're doing is trying to get rid of the elderly. They could care less about our elderly.
Amen, sister girl.
They could care less about helping our elderly. They don't even they don't even ask questions. They don't do anything. Let me just write you something for this.
Yeah.
Let me write you something for that.
Well, I got a story.
Don't even try to figure anything out.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
They just walk away from that problem.
Right.
And
They just rather send them home to go ahead and pass away.
Yeah. They certainly don't want to treat you.
No.
And here's a little excerpt. As you well know, my mom passed 5 years ago. Did she have to pass 5 years ago? Probably not. And let me tell you how. She was an elderly woman when she was diagnosed with small cell lung cancer. However, the small cell lung cancer should have been diagnosed 8 months prior to her actual diagnosis. She went in, she was having some upper respiratory issues. They do an x-ray, as they usually do, to diagnose bronchitis or pneumonia, and they found a spot in her lung. But because of her age and her being over 70 years old, they said, oh, wait, we'll watch it. We'll do another scan. We'll do another x-ray. We'll take another picture in about 3 months. 3 months go by. They take another picture. That spot got significantly larger. Did they do a biopsy then? No, they did not. It wasn't until a month and a half later, and my dad had to ask them to do a biopsy, so that he would have the peace of mind knowing what it was. My dad. Biopsy came back. I'm a redneck, but not that bad. It came back, small cell lung cancer. That was in November of 2017. She was gone April 25th of 2018. We didn't have her much longer, but we could have. Because do you know what my mother said when they told her about the spot the first time on the first x-ray? She told them, take it out. I don't care if they take half of my lung or the whole lung. I don't have much longer to live. Just take it out. She was willing to sacrifice and go under the knife to live longer, to see her grandson grow up. And they took that from her. So when you ask me about Big Pharma and the healthcare system today, I'm going to tell you how I feel about it.
And doctors?
Probably not the question you want to ask me to my face.
Mm-mm.
However, you can bloop it down in the comments if you've had a similar experience. You want to get it off your chest, I will listen.
So if you find a doctor
Who
that
cares?
actually cares, that will sit in a room with you and figure out and do everything that they can to figure out what's wrong with you,
Stick with them.
consider yourself blessed. Because there are doctors out there, because
We finally found
we
one.
finally found one for
And-
my parents and her dad and her, and
And my
they are
husband.
very blessed. So
I met him, had one appointment with him, and I'm going to tell you this is my personal preference,
right,
but I also come from a background. I was a CPCS. I did physician credentialing, and I know how physicians tick, okay? Doctors of osteopathic medicine. That means when you see their name on the list or on their sign, they're not an MD. They're a DO. Don't you hesitate. You go on and give them a ring-a-ding, and you go on and book you an appointment, because I promise you'll have a totally different experience.
absolutely.
They are trained through a Christian-based medicine, and when they meet you, they're going to open that dialogue, and they're going to see you as a whole human, not a symptom. Trust me. You get a good DO, you won't go back. You will not go back. When I started doing credentialing, and I started doing credentialing for doctors of osteopathic medicine, blew my mind at how oh my gosh, they are so respectful of the human condition, period. It doesn't matter to them what's wrong with you. They want to figure it out as a whole.
They want to listen to you.
They want to listen.
They sit back and they study your body language, your everything. It's amazing to watch. I got to go on several appointments with my mother and my father, and it was just
It's eye-opening,
it is. It's just amazing.
truly. And, living in that world, because I worked in a clinical environment for over 17 years. And just dealing with the different physicians, the different levels of being a doctor, whether you're specialized or you're general medicine, the difference between sitting down and talking to a medical professional who's an MD and sitting down and talking to a medical professional who's a DO. I'm going to tell you the biggest difference. And I don't talk about religion on this podcast, okay? It's off limits for me. But I am going to tell you this. An MD is just going to walk out of the room. But a DO is going to say, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Tell the family I said, hey. Go home, give the dog a treat for me. I mean, they're just real people and they care. And I know that I'm speaking broadly, but when it comes to religion, and I tell you that they are a Christian-based medicine, I'm going to tell you something about this country. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. And if you know me, you know this is weird coming out of my mouth. If this country doesn't get back to God, it's going to implode on itself. I said it. You heard me say it.
Amen.
We the people need God in this country. Without God and Christianity, there's no center. There's no people. You got to have a center. If you think you don't, look around. Look around. It ain't pretty. Because if you're looking around and you think shit's pretty right now, you need therapy.
That's right.
You need help. Because it ain't nothing pretty out there right now. Did it stop? I don't know if we're still recording.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we are. Sorry. I told you it's a hot mess around here, okay? Just keep that in mind always when you're listening. But anyway, we are going to run out of battery here pretty soon. I got to go charge the batteries. But
Well, we'll see you again tomorrow night.
it's very possible.
Yeah.
We're going to be making some content because I just enjoy having Jen here and just having this conversation, and just maybe tomorrow it'll be really funny. Maybe we'll have more alcohol.
Yeah,
I don't know. You
more
just can't ever
alcohol.
tell.
Tomorrow's going to be entertaining because we're gonna be silly tomorrow.
Hey, you know what? If I get more alcohol in this one over here, she might sing for you.
Oh, I doubt that.
Bitch Diva Goddess can sing.
I doubt that, but we will be silly.
She's going to blow your mind. If I can get her to sing one verse, y'all are going to be like, bitch, go viral. We putting you in Nashville today.
No singing.
Oh,
But silly.
we always silly. We're fixing to get silly right now. We're fixing to get turned up. But we'll see y'all later.